Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1 Phathead Cande Roth looking at about 50. Maybe a touch of rain later. We are tracking rain and wind into Wednesday. Secret holiday show coming up. Cannot wait. Moles.com, MULS.com. So excited. Final tickets were under 100 tickets. 5 big secret artists scheduled to come in on Wednesday for the show, and we cannot wait.
We hope they get here safe and sound, and we know it's going to be phenomenal.
I will tell you one thing that was not secret was last night, the final show of the Eras Tour, Cande.
Yes. Oh, I bet you it was very emotional.
It's all my kids could talk about all weekend, and, they wanted to watch it. It's, it all gets live streamed on TikTok and all these things.
It's not live streamed yet, though, is it?
Well, all right, so this is for every show. Almost every by the way, any sporting event, concert, anything you can't get into or tickets are too expensive, here's what you do. You go on TikTok, and when the event's happening, you type in, Taylor Swift, Vancouver, tonight, whatever, and you hit live, and it will bring up all the accounts that are streaming live at the show. So we've been watching almost every show on the tour every night on TikTok. Like, it's a thing, like with Swifties. You can see every show. It's out there. And this is not unusual. Pick your favorite artist. You want to, as long as it's a young person's show and people are going to be streaming. Obviously, I don't think anyone's live on TikTok during a Barry Manilow show, Cande. All right?
All right.
But most young shows, sporting events, things, you can find it live. People are streaming out there, yeah. Whether it's legal or not, they are doing it. So yesterday, she was in Vancouver, which obviously is West Coast time. So the show didn't start till 11 o'clock at night here. Oh. Yeah, we were not watching it. We were sleeping, obviously. But a big night, the ending of the tour last night. Incredible. After all this time.
I know. And she was already emotional, saying goodbye to Canada and the shows she did in Toronto. I can only imagine the emotion last night.
Yeah, now I didn't delve into it yet this morning about if anything special happened at the show, any special guests. I'm sure, obviously, her parents were there. I wonder, do you think one of Travis's parents went to the final show, or do you think they went to watch the football game? What do you think?
That's a good question. I think somebody represented Travis's side. I don't know if it was his father, his mother, or some facsimile thereof.
I agree. I was telling this to Leah. I said, because she was wondering if Travis would be at the show. And I said, well,
Absolutely
Travis is
not.
playing. No, he's playing.
They had to clinch the division or whatever they clinched or whatever.
I said, but it would not shock me if he sent his parents to Vancouver to represent him at the show.
No, me either. And Ed was at one of the shows in Canada by himself. Well, probably with one of Taylor's parents, but one of her parents. They're always there, if not her brother. She's never at a show without one of her family members.
So Ed was at the show I was at in Toronto.
Right, and he was by himself.
Yeah, and I had a theory. I don't know if this is true. My theory was that she was there, that he was there, to get on her plane with her to escort her back to Kansas City so she wouldn't be alone, because Travis was on a road game that day.
Right, but she's never alone, ever.
Yeah, I know.
A mother, father, or brother are always there.
I know, but he was there. Yeah, he was there in Toronto. Anyway, big
It'll be
doings.
We'll find this out as the week progresses.
Yeah, big doings. All right, so we have we have plenty more to get into. Let me get into the woman who blames her Star Trek license plate for an endless stream of tickets. 76-year-old retired woman, Beta Corey in New York, once had personalized plates that paid tribute to Star Trek. They said NCC 1701, which is the name of the USS Enterprise, apparently, in Star Trek.
Okay.
All right? She stopped driving 4 years ago when she surrendered her license and sold her car. But she's been getting tons of traffic tickets in the mail.
How is that possible?
Apparently, people use fake novelty Star Trek plates that they do not run through the DMV, which say NCC 1701 because it's a big Star Trek thing.
Right.
And they're getting tickets everywhere, but they're not actual registered plates. And now this woman is getting the tickets that these people are getting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They can't do that to her. What are they going to do?
It's pretty wild. She says, it's making her concerned and giving her stress.
Yeah.
Lawmakers are aware. They even have a pro bono lawyer that is pledged to help her out and get out of this.
Pro bono. That's from
Yeah.
Good.
We like to hear pro bono.
We do.
That's good. So she should be okay.
I hope so. It's
yeah.
rotten.
Absolutely.
She did the right thing, by registering it and having that license plate. And now look what happened.
I know. And she surrendered it, and it's still coming to her house.
Never understand.
No, it's pretty wild. Cande, national days. It's National Lutefisk Day.
I don't know what that is.
I was hoping you'd ask. Lutefisk is a cod from Scandinavia that gets soaked in lye. After the cod is caught, it's dried to the point of becoming leathery. To tenderize the fish and bring it back to its former condition, it gets soaked in lye. Once it's tender, it's skinned and boned, and then it is baked in an oven with some different things, potatoes and things. And
I understand. My uncle used to make that salt cod that was dried. But when you say lye, isn't that like poison?
Good question. Don't know the answer to that.
I mean, really?
Yeah. It's Christmas card day. I guess that means you better get your cards out or they're not getting to their location in time, Cande.
You won't be getting one from me, so don't keep going to the mailbox.
Oh, finally, you're on board. Stop sending the cards.
I haven't sent cards in years.
All right, good. National Pastry Day today.
Who doesn't like a nice, fresh, out-of-the-oven pastry?
Why not? We love a good pastry, don't we?
Absolutely.
And finally, it's Weary Willie Day, the day of clowning. I guess Weary Willie was a unique character in the art of clowning. You're supposed to hey.
You're making me weary with this story.
The clowns. It's just, send in the clowns.
No, please don't send them in.
Really? You one of those people?
I am. I don't like clowns. No.
Sorry. Okay. Cande, Notre Dame, is that how you write the church?
Yes.
Right? You got it.
Yes. What an amazing project they did, and it was really emotional to see them come back and open it. It was something.
Notre Dame officially reopened.
Yes.
More than 5 years. It's been 5 years since it burned.
I didn't think they'd ever be able to rebuild it, period. And only in 5 years. That seems remarkable to me.
Here's the numbers. Over 340,000 people from 150 countries donated $891 million.
Wow.
And more than 2,500 people gathered for the ceremony on Saturday.
I saw it as much as they showed. It was very emotional, very moving, beautiful.
All right. A couple in Philadelphia, Marjorie Fitterman and Bernie Littman, now officially hold the world record for oldest couple to marry at a combined age of 202.
Wow. And you say there's no love out there. Love can hit you at any time. You see it.
They've been together a
102,
decade.
One of them is, yes.
They've been together a decade. They got married in May. By the way, he'll be 101 in February.
Wow.
And she just turned 103 last month.
And an older woman yet.
An older woman.
I love it. Love that story.
And last one for you. The charity Building Homes for Heroes just gave away its 400th home. Went to a U.S. Army vet in Texas, Joshua Sager, severely injured while deployed in 2015. He told Fox News he and his wife couldn't be happier or more grateful. They got their home. It's fully paid off. The founder of the charity launched this shortly after 9/11 and started out doing one home a year. Now they average one home every 8 days.
Wow.
That's
what a
incredible.
That's got to be. That's got to be a feel-good thing to do.
Yeah.
That's just gorgeous.
There's a special place for that person waiting for them.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
No doubt. Cande, I want you to have a great rest of your day, all right?
I'd like to say watch a whole Christmas movie all the way through, but I know you're not going to do that.
I'll watch one of them eventually here.
Please.
I promise you. We have, of course, more music, a lot of music. I'll be here till 10. Then Jim, Murph Dog, Jay Letterman. We got a little bit of rain later. 50 for the high. Tracking a storm for Wednesday. We'll see how that goes. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.